Hey y'all, I'm Kelly and welcome to my country kitchen. Today I'm going to show y'all how to make homemade buttermilk biscuits. This is something I grew up on and they're so yummy. They go with so many things and they're so easy to make. So I'm going to show you what you need and we'll get started. Okay y'all, we're ready to go. I have about 2 cups of self-rising flour. Self-rising flour already has the baking powder and salt in it, but I actually like to use a little bit extra. And so I use a little bit extra baking powder and a little extra baking soda. I just feel like it makes them lighter and fluffier. And I have about 6 to 7 tablespoons of cold butter all cubed up, and with the rest of it I melted it to brush on the top of the biscuits before I put them in the oven. And you'll need full fat Bulgarian buttermilk. You can use the low fat if you want to, but this just makes them really good and rich. And make sure you shake it up. And I've got my skillet all greased. The oven is set on 400. So this is not an exact science, so just make sure you have some extra flour to mix in if you get too much milk. So it's just something you just have to kind of feel it out as you go. So to 2 cups, I'll put about half a teaspoon. That's probably half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then another, well, that's a little much. About a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And work that in. Okay. And the buttermilk, we'll just pour in a little bit at a time, and it's probably, to 2 cups, it'll probably, you know, it seems like it's different every time, so it might take about 2/3 of a cup, maybe a little more. Go ahead and dump in that cold butter. Like I said, there's no exact science to this. You just get it all mixed in. Always make sure you have a little extra flour in case you get it too wet. And then you'll need some to kind of coat it as you need it. Okay. I've tried to do this with exact measurements. I can't. I just don't cook like that. I mean, I just, you know, a dab of this, dab of that till I get it right. I do know that if you work the dough too much when you're making biscuits, they will tend to be too tough. So don't work the dough too much. I think that's about right. You can see the consistency I have here, and you can feel those chunks of butter in there. It's gonna make them really yummy. Okay, so And I don't roll them out. I mean, who's got time for that? It's really not necessary. So I like to make them pretty big too. So there's one. See, still a little bit sticky, so a little more flour. The more you make them, the more you'll figure out the consistency. That's about right there. They're pretty simple to make, and they're so yummy. Mama made them pretty much every day when I was growing up. They just kind of go with everything. Those two are going to be a little small. I'm going to put them in the middle. All right, let me wash my hands real quick. Okay. And I see a lot of people, when they make biscuits, they put them in the pan and then they mash them down. I don't like to do that because I want them to get, I want them to rise up and get as fluffy and, you know, as they can get. So. Alright, we'll save a little bit of that to brush on when we take them out of the oven. See, nothing to it. And there you go. They'll take about 15 minutes to bake. Well, they're all done. I'm going in. They're so fluffy. Look at that. Y'all, my camera skills aren't the greatest, but oh my goodness. Y'all, these are delicious. Oh yes, you got to make you some of these. Just like Mama used to make. What can I say? They are scrumptious. I hope this helps you guys to know how to make homemade biscuits. Learn how to make them. You won't regret it. Okay, y'all. Biscuits are done. I've already brushed some melted butter on the top. And this is the finished results. So I'm gonna get my honey a plate fixed up because he's spoiled like that. Ooh, that's hot. He always likes the middle biscuit too. Nice and fluffy. Okay. Y'all know this is going to be delicious. Alright. Now, a lot of times I'll slice a garden fresh tomato on the side. I'm having some eggs over medium, over easy. And that's a good country breakfast. I like a hot serrano pepper or a jalapeno and tomatoes on the side of mine. So, anyway, that's that. Homemade biscuits and sausage gravy. You want a biscuit, Lucy? You want a biscuit? Lucy, want a biscuit? Say please. Say please. Say please. Say it. A biscuit? Okay, there you go. Lucy wants a biscuit.